I make it. It's a risk, but I'll take it. Feeling like I'm living stuck in the basement. I'm just trying to get higher. Higher placement. Life is hard, but I'll make it. I can't wait.
Digital
Wait a long time. I'm
proudly
anxious.
presents the Waterman
I've just got to get
Show.
off. Get off this pavement. So they hear me across this nation. Life is
Digitized live from At Computer Studio in Cape Coral, Florida, premiering the new track from Dave the Waterman as he now ventures into his rap career. I am D-Train. Here's the co-host, Dave the Waterman, and joining us like always live from Las Vegas is one Gordon Abernathy, and it's yes, you just heard that.
Witness a wreck
What's that?
at the beginning. Did I just witness a complete accident?
No, man, that was
bro.
That was high-end stuff.
Well,
dude. What are you
first of
talking
all, hello, gentlemen. Hello, how is everybody?
about? I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. How you doing, Gordon?
I'm fine.
Beautiful, beautiful.
You don't like I Hope I Make It?
You don't? Come on, check it out. Just give it a spin, man. Right here. Here you go.
hope I make it. It's a risk, but I'll take it. Feeling like I'm living stuck in the basement. I'm just trying to get higher. Higher placement. Life is hard, but I'll make it. I can't wait. Wait a long time. I'm anxious. I've just got to get off.
Get out of my
Get
parents'
off this
basement.
pavement. So they hear me across this nation. Life is
Now, if you
Yeah,
think you can do better than that,
Yeah,
if you wish to challenge one Dave the Waterman,
absolutely.
Southwest Florida's new premier hip-hop artist,
Damn right.
you can do so. Tell them how, Dave. Tell them how they can rap battle you.
Okay, well, there's this. Okay, I belong now to this new community called Battle Me.
Battle me?
And it's an app. Go to your Google Play Store and download Battle Me app. And it is a rap app that lets you, it gives you the instrumental tracks and lets you rap whatever you want over it, record it, and then you can post it up and have it go against other people, and people judge you, and so.
Oh,
you know,
they're judging you, all
Oh,
right.
they're judging me. There's no doubt, and I'm loving it. But hey, since I started this venture, I've already got 7 followers, and I've had 18 plays on my song already, man. So,
Nice, man.
Not bad, not
Fantastic.
bad. You know, just started.
That's more effort than you put into this show.
Dude, so it's called Battle Me, man. It's a pretty interesting little gig, man. You got to check it out.
Well, what's your rap name on Battle Me? So
Well,
people
I
can
go
come find you?
I go by Dave the Waterman on the Battle Me app. So it shouldn't be hard to find because a lot of these rappers' names on here are pretty wild. Like
Dave the Waterman.
well, there's one guy called 1400 CCs. Dokuka. Looks like a lot of people from the country of India. I can't even read these names. There's Lethal Dose. He's following me right now. Thanks, Lethal Dose. And Thomas the Ruthless.
Any comments?
No comments as of yet
Anybody
because
tell you you're fire?
no, I think not yet. I think they're probably taken aback by the whole thing, man, and how good it is.
They're just taking it all in?
Yeah, they're taking it all in. They're a little, shocked at how badass I am, and they're going, wait a minute, we got to sign this guy.
So you just heard a sample of the new Dave the Waterman track live on the Waterman and D-Train show.
You damn right.
Give us a call. Tell us what you think. 772-207-4150. Give us a call and tell Dave whether or not he sucks.
Yeah,
Or,
man.
or maybe he's on fire, man. Tell him.
Maybe it'll get going. It'll take off. I got 2 other tracks I recorded, but I don't know where I've put them, and that kind of bothers me. You know?
I mean, you're an artist. Anytime you put your blood, your sweat, your tears into a project,
I know, man.
you need to know where they're at.
I know, and they're not. Well, wait.
I think my left channel is going bad on my microphone.
Is it?
I don't know.
But anyways, I'll get to that here in a second. I'll see what I can find, but that's cool. Hey, you know what I want to talk about, man? It's really been pissing me off.
What's that?
Freaking motorized bicycles.
What's wrong with motorized bicycles?
Bro, man, these people think they rule the roads, man.
Well, to be fair, everybody on a bicycle thinks they rule the road.
I know.
I mean, let's go back, what was it, 9 years ago when Lance Armstrong was the bee's knees?
That's true. That's true.
Everybody and their grandmother was riding around town on their 21 speeds and their
everybody. Them
and their
tight
spandex?
Yeah, spandex shorts and their water bottles and their little camel packs of water and everything.
Well, at least you got to give them credit, because I just had a memory hit me, and it's kind of
All right.
scary.
What is
And
it?
I know Gordon will remember this. Late 80s, when quote-unquote biker shorts were all the fad. We all just called them spandex. But every skinny ass, white trash, mother effer throughout all the land where we grew up would just wear like Nikes and those tight ass fucking spandex. It was gross.
Oh God, those were bad, man. Spandex. What the hell? What possessed people to wear that stuff, man? I mean, I can understand for certain sport, maybe. You know.
They were originally called biker shorts.
Is that where they originated from for the bicycles?
Go ahead.
I think it's the same thing that's possessing way overweight women to wear yoga pants.
I was just getting ready to transition into that. We're kind of, history repeats itself, especially when it comes to fashion.
Yeah.
The fashion industry is the one industry you can join, come up with something that was out 20 years ago, and call it new, and get praise for it.
Yeah, very true, very true. It's colors. You've got all these. They went through, just wasn't too long ago. Went through a lot of the neon color fad again. Was going
With
through
the
that.
80s print.
The 80s print.
And before that, the girls, their denim skirt came back with the multiple tiers.
It's interesting how it does reciprocate, man. It does does.
And
the
then in the
whole
90s,
thing.
the whole 70s hippie clothing craze came back for a short period of time.
Yeah, you had bell bottoms kind of kicking there for a bit, and obviously flannel. I don't think flannel's ever really kind of gone out of style. But everybody I still see wears flannel.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, not necessarily to the extent that they're wearing Doc Martens and torn up jeans or anything, but.
I just want to say welcome to our Twitch followers. We got people watching us on
Beautiful.
Twitch tonight, and as well as YouTube and Periscope and Facebook, of course. Facebook
Yeah.
has been so good to us, and that crowd is fucking fantastic.
Yes, absolutely. And you can chat with us during the show. So send us some questions or comments you have about the show.
Yeah, Stump Dave. Go on YouTube or Twitch and harass Dave. Dave's in charge of that channel. He's trying to communicate with you while trying to put on a show, which you'll probably see some smoke and smell of burning plastic coming from the side of the studio. But, we're working with him.
Dude, I'm getting it, man. I'm getting it. But yeah, these motorized bicycles, bro.
Yep.
These guys, I mean, they're building bigger and bigger motors on these things. And I seen a guy earlier today, and it looked like he had like a 10 horsepower motor on this thing. It was gigantic. And I'm like, look at this guy. And he was booking along the sidewalk just as fast as traffic, man. 45.
Well,
Boom. Getting it.
Yeah, he should have been in traffic.
No joke, man. Like, he needs a license tag for this thing, man.
Well,
but
that's
they're
what I was
allowed
gonna
to get
say.
away
I'm
with
sure
it.
if you were to ask law enforcement, they would tell you would have to have a license to ride that on the
But they
on
ride
the
them
road, but you can't ride them on the sidewalk. That's
Yeah.
like riding a moped on the sidewalk.
I know.
You can't do that.
I know, but it's like these people are doing it. They're doing. It's not only that, they got the scooters, the stand-up scooters, the motorized stand-up scooters. I used to know a guy that would come all the way from the beach into town on the scooter to hang out and party with us, man, all the time, man. I forgot the dude's name when I first moved here.
He's an asshole too, sir.
Yes, he was, man. This guy was. I think he ended up dying on that thing. To be honest with you, kind of sucked. Only knew.
What about electric skateboards, Dave?
What's that, buddy?
Electric
Electric
skateboards.
Yeah, those electric skateboards.
They're like longboards.
Yeah, what do they call them, man? Boosted boards, or
I'm sure they have different names
Yeah.
depending on the.
I think it's called like a boosted board or something. I don't know. They're all right, I guess. They got the little remote control in your hand
Yep.
now and all that. I don't know.
If that was your only transportation you had, Dave, and you had an ability to charge it everywhere you went, would you have one?
Oh, absolutely. Especially if I lived in somewhere such as New York City, in Los Angeles, and certain parts of LA.
or at college.
College, absolutely. I'd use something like that.
But out where we live, it's so sparse and
Yeah.
there's no sidewalks and the roads suck and it's just all.
That's why these
Main
people
road thoroughfares.
are powering up their bicycles with these engines, man, and it's ridiculous, dude. Some of the, I'm serious.
Well,
it's
everything old is
insane.
new again.
I'm telling you.
Bicycles basically started out as
You're-
soon
well,
after they're
true.
invented, Harley and Indy and all them, they basically
look
just
at-
start throwing motors and gas tanks
Yeah.
on them and putting a thicker tube frame on it.
Yeah, but like I said, these people, this guy I saw today, I said, man, this guy's got like a 10 horsepower motor on this thing. And then I kind of started thinking back. I'm going, I've been seeing a lot of this lately, especially around the north area of the county. You know, people just flying around everywhere, and they do not care, man. They don't care. They don't care. You got those out there, the gas-powered bicycles, people out there running around?
Well, dude,
Gordon?
we've got every manner of transportation.
Yeah, that's true.
We've actually got a lot of driverless cars out here right now too. That
Really?
they still have a driver in there, but it's all up and down the strip. Yeah.
Is that a
People are-
Google? Is that one of the Google things, the Google driverless cars, or is that like just you talking about Tesla?
Different companies, believe it or not. Some
Really?
of them are driverless Beamers. You know, again, the person still has to be behind the wheel to take over, but they're test driving this technology out here, and it's probably one of the better places to do it.
You know,
Especially with you know how things happen, traffic flow, especially
Yeah.
on the strip where it's real congested.
Yeah.
you know those large enclosed, they call them golf cars, but they look more like a fat smart car.
Yeah.
Then they make bus versions of them, which
Yeah,
you see rolling
I
downtown
saw 'em last
from
night.
bar to bar.
Yep.
When I was at the 5K, they had a smaller but taller one,
Yeah.
and it wasn't running. It was parked. It was on display, but it was a driverless one, and it was sponsored by one of the bars downtown in the River District.
Really?
But they had it chilling there at the 5K.
Just to kind of show you what it's about.
We have
Man.
one downtown. There's like a 1 mile loop, and within the first year, it got in one accident, and it actually was not that driverless vehicle's fault. Of course, it was a guy in a box truck.
Yeah.
Box truck?
Box truck. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. That's crazy, man. That's just these driverless vehicles. I just don't see how that's really going to make it. Do you? I mean, is it really gonna?
Have you seen them drive?
What's that?
The whole reason it's going to make it is people cannot drive.
Yeah.
It's,
Well,
Because,
yeah.
especially the new
Works
generation,
by
their technology is so far up their ass that they can't concentrate long enough to drive down the road.
Yeah.
And so I mean, us old bastards, I guarantee when we're in our 70s and 80s, you know, our kids will still be driving, but our young kids probably won't ever step behind a freaking gas pedal.
That's true. You know what? That's very true. They won't. They will end up being behind a vehicle that is driverless. They can sit back, you know, smoke their buds, whatever they're doing, have a drink, cocktails, facing each other like it's a damn lounge, man.
David said that via Facebook, under 50 cc's needs a tag and a license. But why wouldn't it be over 50 cc's? Or wouldn't it be
Depends
all
on the
over?
state
50 cc.
But he's saying under 50 cc.
Under 50 cc's.
So you're saying
under 50 cc's.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it was a typo
It
because
needs
that
to be
means that
over.
would imply that anything
Yeah.
over 50 cc's it's
It's
free
legal.
market.
Yeah, it's all good.
well, maybe
Just
what it is
rip away.
maybe there's maybe there's a moped style license for anything under 50 cc. Maybe over 50 cc you
Yeah.
need your motorcycle endorsement. That's the only thing I would be able to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know in
suppose on that.
Ohio, just to have a moped, you did have to basically take a motorcycle course.
Gordon had
You know, it's
one.
a special license.
Oh yeah, a little birdie just told me that you had a moped. Did you, Gordon?
Absolutely.
But
You'd
his
be jealous, man.
his moped was old school, and it was about the size of a Harley Sportster. It wasn't one of those little bike tube one. This thing was effing huge. It was
Really?
Like, it was like the
It
size
looked
of a
like, it looked
Sportster.
like a small motorcycle.
Yeah, it just had pedals on it.
Wow. Yeah. You got the pedals, the crank
But
pedals to get going.
Like I've seen people where it almost looks like a fancy scooter where, you know, it's real small tube frame and a little motor underneath the seat, and you know, looks more like a Vespa, but not with the fairings. This thing looked more like a 1950,
That's-
1960s motorcycle with pedals.
And everybody wanted to take a turn on it.
Oh hell yeah, man! Who?
Everybody talks shit behind my back. You know, they can do that.
look at that guy, man! What a dork out there on the damn, out there on his moped.
Where's your trumpet, asshole?
Yeah, exactly. And then they're like, dude, bro, man,
Surrounded by assholes.
can I ride that thing, man? You know, can I take it for a spin? Now I had a dirt bike, man. I had a Honda CR80, man. Loved it. God, I love that thing.
I never had one. My buddy Jason Morbitzer always had a bunch of them, and we'd go out to his house. His parents had huge property. We
Yeah.
talked about it in the past.
Yeah,
They're the ones that live behind the cornfield.
yeah, you're
And
okay.
so before harvest season, when the corn was high, we'd go back there and have parties. But when season was over and the field was harvested, we would get on his four-wheelers and his dirt bikes and just haul ass through the empty fields.
That's killer, man.
Didn't
That-
you take your Dodge Omni down into his back quarry? Or did he have
I
one?
wasn't around when it happened, but I've heard rumor. I've
Yeah.
heard tale.
Yeah, I think I was there. I was driving the S10 through there one time and my tailgate flew off.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks.
When I had that Jeep and everybody was loaded in, and I went up on that embankment, and everybody bailed out. It's hilarious.
Yeah, okay, so would that S10 have been your first vehicle, D-Train?
Well, mine, yes, but it was sloppy third. See, Gordon
Okay.
got it when he was 16.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right.
Shiny
was
and
the
brand new when I got it.
shiny, brand new, but base model. This was the one that came with no radio, no
Yeah.
bumper. I mean, it was just basically a truck with a bench
Power
seat.
steering.
No power steering, nothing. And he had it, and we were skateboarding back then, and so
Yeah.
we just used it as a skate mobile. And then he got in trouble, and
Yeah. Missed one payment. That's all it took.
Oh, and they came and repoed it, huh?
well, no, first he wrecked it
Okay.
and totaled it. Well, didn't total it. They
They
should have been
fixed it.
totaled, but
Yeah.
they fixed it. And ever since then, the frame was a little twisted because the tires would wear differently. And so at some point, my old man took it away from him.
Yeah.
And then my dad used it for like a year or two, pulling an oversized pontoon boat that was way too big for this little four-cylinder S10. Burnt the clutch out of it, so he put a new clutch in it. Then he sold it to me.
Okay.
And then I had it for a few years, and the clutch went out of it again and the tires were. And then finally, the engine blew up in it.
Oh man.
So then I went out and got a 1985 Suzuki Somersault.
Oh yeah, the old somersault, huh?
But the guy who had this one put a little bit wider tires on it, not the
it
Dayton's, but
stayed a little.
so it was fat on the bottom. You know, the tire stuck out about 3 inches on each side, so it wouldn't overturn.
Yeah, those were so bad, man.
I watched one. There's a new show.
Suzuki Samurais were so bad.
There's
They
a
were
new show on
Def-
History.
Love that thing though.
It was like a premature Jeep, man. That thing was awesome.
Oh, they're cool. Don't get me wrong, man. They're
Sucked in the
badass.
wintertime when it was like 15 below.
But bro, I mean, that was the whole big thing is they were
It's the only 4-wheel drive carb I had.
known to roll, man. That top
The
heaviness.
Geo trackers were worse. My stepsister flipped her tracker.
Oh yeah, the Geo Tracker.
But there's
That's
a-
right, the Geo. Okay.
There's a new show on History Channel called Truck Night in America.
Mm-hmm.
And all these good old boys take their mud trucks out to this quarry and they just have all this different shit. Like
Yeah.
speed bumps and teeter-totters and thick swamps and all this crap. And these guys like are jumping their trucks and tearing the rear differentials off of it. There was a Suzuki Samurai all jacked up versus Fords and Dodges and Toyotas.
Killing it.
And it made it to like round 4.
I bet.
And
I'm
it
sure.
almost made it to the final round before it finally died.
I'm sure they were badass,
They were cheap though.
cheap, bad, and just badass, man. It was a cool vehicle. I remember an interview. It was funny. It was dark. It was Ice Cube, dude, and they were doing a documentary about NWA, man. And Ice Cube pulls up in his Suzuki Samurai, bro.
Nice.
And
Had
and
Dayton's on
yeah,
it.
yeah,
100
yeah,
spokes.
yeah, bro. And the guy comes to interview him, and he's like, and he's talking, but he's like, we're not making as much money as our buddy, Easy, and Jerry Heller. Jerry Heller and Easy, the ones taking all the money. That's why I left.
And that new kid on the scene, Dave the Waterman.
I'm telling you, man, I'm getting it now. There we all listen to this. This is gold, boys. The Grammys are tonight. I should be there.
It's a risk, but I'll take it.
Why don't you give us a live concert, man?
No, man, bro, I'm building up for the big show, man. I just can't give it all out at once. Check it out,
I
man.
can't wait.
What do you think,
Need
Gordon?
over-
Wait a
Overtrack.
long time. I'm anxious.
Actually, my question was how long did
I've
it
just
take
got to get
come
off.
there
Hold on, you're breaking
Get
up.
off this pavement.
How long what?
So they hear me across.
to come up with the lyrics?
Oh, it didn't take long at all, man.
That's
Didn't-
freestyle, man.
Yeah, it didn't take long at all, man. That's why I'm trying to. I want to find this other one because I got another one. It's called Lolo.
Let's go back real quick. You were
Yeah,
talking
sorry.
about the driverless cars.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Mark
man.
Allen was commenting it on them on Facebook. Let's go deep.
All right.
Hypothetically, let's go 15 years, 20 years after the widespread proliferation of non-driver cars, driverless
Okay.
cars.
All right.
At a certain point, do they just build the freeway system like a train line, like a train track line? Because everything's
Yeah,
just going to be
true.
automated and moving in a time sequence. It'll get to the point where no one will have their own car. There'll just be public transportation equivalent of these driverless
Yeah,
cars,
yeah.
except for the.
There'll be information.
Politicians
Yeah,
and shit.
probably information strips in the roads and all that.
Well,
sort
I'm just
of
saying,
stuff,
like in
but-
the larger cities and all that, if you don't actually own a car and you just
Yeah.
have all these driverless cars, why have all these roads going through towns? And it's all going to be basically controlled and probably more.
I wonder what will happen with
Probably
all
look
that.
closer to like a freaking train system.
You know what? I guarantee it will. Well, absolutely,
Especially in
it's
the
going to
large
have
cities.
to. Yeah, it's going to have to because here's the point. This might be even the whole gig. There is you might not even own a car anymore.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
No
yeah,
one will.
yeah,
It'll be
yeah,
like a public transportation system. And if you think about it, most of the large, large wide interstates and L.A. and
Absolutely.
Chicago, all those are built as an attempt to alleviate congestion.
Absolutely.
Well, if you have automated cars running in a strict, at all consistent speed, none of them are wrecking, then you could probably move people around easier, and you won't need to spend all the money on those super big, wide 6-lane, 50 feet off the
Gigantic
ground
freeways,
freeway
yeah.
systems.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and the kids, like you say, the kids that are being born right now are gonna grow up not knowing how to drive cars.
Nope.
It's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, and that makes me question what's gonna happen to motor racing, NASCAR.
Oh, it'll be.
I got a feeling
It'll be like the cats who are doing the vintage racing now. It'll
Yeah.
just be a small,
True.
clicky type thing.
Yeah, it'll be definitely a certain clique that people.
Because
Hey, I'm into NASCAR. Or I'm into
And not to mention, by the time we get that far down the road, those cars are going to be fucking electric cars anyhow.
Yeah. God, could you imagine what, let's say, a gas-powered 1969 Dodge Hemi Cuda is going to be worth?
Imagine what the starter or the alternator or the water pump for that damn thing's going to cost.
Oh my God. Car parts are going to be so expensive, man.
Yep.
Out of control expensive. You won't even be able to find anything for all these mass-produced stuff they got out now. I mean, it's just fabricated. I mean, they're like cell phones now, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're out of date so fast. Within 6 months, that car, they've already got the newest and greatest version of it, and it's just fabricated with plastic, and full of airbags just to keep you safe, man.
Give us a call. I want to know where you're watching us from or
Yeah.
listening to us from. Well, if you're listening to this, you ain't listening to it live. You're watching it right now. Give us a call. 772-207-4150. And I want to know what you did this weekend. What did you do last night? I saw some photos of you.
Yeah, bro. Oh, man, bro. Last night I had a good night last night. Went out with Stan and Junior, and we did the bike night thing down in Cape Coral, which was what a great turnout, man. What a good crowd. A lot of it must be that time of year. A lot of Swedish and Norwegian Germans in town right now. I think this is like that time of year where they get that vacation over there. But we went out, and I got into a little bit of a
scuffle.
Scuffle, you could say.
Donnybrook.
No, man. With those how do you say them? Zealots.
Zealots.
That, people that are so passionate about what they believe in.
He's an asshole too, sir.
They're gonna grab their megaphone and start to preach to everybody.
Now, is this a group of fellows about 5 or 6 with collapsible signs?
Yes.
And literally a soapbox?
Yes. Yep. Yep. Everything's
These
portable,
guys-
set up, and ready to go. They just post up, and then bam, it's on.
These are the guys who make Christians look like D-bags. They show up at every event, every gathering. It doesn't matter if it is the 4th of July, because you're not at home reading the Bible and you're out having a beer celebrating the birth of our country. You're an asshole, and they will tell you about it live via a loudspeaker.
Oh.
It doesn't matter where. They show up at concerts, like I said, 4th of July. It doesn't. When I lived in California, there was another type of these cats. They would show up at Huntington Beach with a loudspeaker, and as girls walked by, they would start chastising them and damning them because of their quote-unquote
Injections, maybe silicone injections or anything.
Just the swimwear, how small the
okay.
bikini was, and how much. And now this was back in '01. This is back before the girls were wearing those super tight, super tiny, heart-shaped, ass-hugging bikini bottoms.
Right.
This was back in the day, but they would just tear into these chicks.
They were tearing into people last night, and
it's like whatever happened to those who live in glass houses shouldn't throw rocks. I mean, what the hell are you doing in your life? You think you're qualified to go out and just ridicule people via a loudspeaker?
I kind of was, I took it upon myself to walk over and confront the guy. you know me, man. And
we need to get you a permit for the next gathering. We're going to get you a permit so you can have protest legally.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get you a bullhorn.
Oh, man.
And then you can set up across the street from those guys.
I would be all about
just drown them out.
I would be all about it. The guy last night, people were coming by on their bikes, and they're literally the guy standing there, and they're just cranking the bikes, man. Just opening them up, drowning this guy out to the point to where you can hear him. You just barely hear him muffling. Your loud pipes will not deter me from getting my point across. And he's just going.
He's an asshole too, sir.
Yep, he's just going off, and I'm just laughing. I'm like, this guy has lost his mind now. Mind you, He had his strong armed guy there that's holding this big giant sign. It's got to be 6 feet tall.
Like an aluminum pole.
Yeah, on like a
it's
pole.
Like professionally printed. It's almost like
he's all yoked up, and he's just
It's almost like the battle flags that cats carried in Scotland, like back in the 1400s. They would have like the crest on it.
Yeah,
he's carrying crap like that.
Exactly.
It's professionally made, professionally printed,
like Roman legion stuff.
It's almost like the cause heads from PCU.
There you go.
When they showed up the protest, and she's like, we got signs.
Oh, this guy was going on. Every one of you are a product of Satan. You shall, burn in hell. I mean, I'm just going, what is up with this guy? And I looked over, and that's it. I got, me and the guys talked to us. I got to go talk to this guy, man. I'm going to go see if he'll high five me. And then he got mad. And he started saying something to the extent he's like, "You need to get right. You need to get right with."
Does it sound like this?
Superior galactic grandma after eating a block of cheese, smoking 3 packs of cigarettes, and drinking a quart of milk. That's the word.
Yeah, pretty much. Did he get right with Jesus? And I said, "Bro," I'm cool, man. I'm down. I'm down. He's like, "You're down. You're down." And I was like, and I was walking away. He's like, I forget. I think I grabbed my necklace or something, and I showed him. He's like, Ozzy Osbourne wears crosses, and he's pure Satan. He was just going on. It's anything and everything he could find, man. I'm just laughing, bro. But I think we got some video somewhere. I don't know where that's at. But anyways, hey, a gentleman, Jerry said, "Hey, man, could we post up the phone number again? He wants to call in."
Yeah, it's you can post it on that side, but for those who are watching, it's 772-207-4150. And while he's doing that, I want to give you a real quick tech tip brought to us by our friends at Computers. For those of you with Windows 10, especially laptops, I do not know why this feature is there, but I've had some certain segment of the community, if you will, have this issue when they're just kind of tagging around buttons trying to figure out what they're doing. Down by the clock, there's a white square, and when you hit it, it opens up a submenu. And then has what's called tablet mode. And if you click tablet mode, basically what it does is your laptop, as the name implies, turns into a tablet. And so that big annoying Windows 10 start menu expands and stays covering the entire screen. You can't see the desktop, nothing looks right, you're confused, but then the damn box down in the corner goes away. And so people don't know how the hell they got it into that mode, and they're stuck with it, and they're like torturing themselves using it for weeks until they finally call somebody. Here's the secret: take your mouse, go above the clock, go to the right, go off the screen. That bar will magically appear. Go down and you'll see where it says tablet mode, and it'll be highlighted in blue. Click on that. Tablet mode will come back. Your computer will be restored. Your day will be better, and you can finally use your computer to do the naughty things you shouldn't be doing in the first place. But if you ever find you're having weird issues like that and your internet works, give us a call at 239-283-1120. Computers can log in over the internet and help you with anything you need as long as your internet is working. And if your internet's not working in your local, give us a call and we'll come out and fix it. If you have a slow business network and you need some servers and better networking equipment and wires and all that good stuff, we can do all that too. Give us a call, 239-283-1120. That's at Computers of Cape Coral.
So last night obviously was a pretty wild night.
Woo!
I've had a pretty good weekend. Do you have
No.
I'm not looking for nothing, man. Gordon, this goes for you too, and this goes for all our listeners. Is there a particular, and we've talked about this before, is there a particular scar or something that bothers you, or just every time you look at it, you're like, damn, I can't believe this is happening
Let's
to me?
put a hold on that. Sorry, let's put a hold on that.
Okay.
You're talking about how you almost got into a scuffle.
Oh, yeah,
and you really
true.
didn't get into it. But apparently Amanda was there last night. And she said, "Hey, gentlemen, Dave, I just have to commend you for walking away and not feeding into that nutcase's, that nutcase who was yelling at you."
Yeah. Oh, he was, man.
Did he know who you were?
I don't know,
What
man.
was he yelling about? What happened? Take us there.
The
Paint us a picture.
whole deal
Picture
was,
with your words.
all right, I'm standing with the guys across the street, and we started noticing, it's like he must have just started firing up. So the signs go up, the bullhorn goes up, and he starts, his speech, his spiel, I guess you could say. Everybody, we're all going to hell. Everyone there is a bad person, pretty much.
So you and Stan talked, and you went
So
across the street.
so I said real quick, we'll go real fast. So I'm like, okay, I'm going across the street.
Okay, now you can hit
So I
play.
go across the street, and I said, and I go up to the dude, and I'm like, yo, man. I was like, right on, bro. And I wanted to give him a high five. Well, he wouldn't high five me. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I was like, it's like that, man, you know? And he's like, and then he kind of dropped his bullhorn down. He's like, look, let me save you. And I was like, look, dude, I don't need to be saved, bro. I'm good. I know what's right and what's wrong, man, you know? No, you don't. You're full of Satan, you know?
Oh, he's kind of right.
And I'm like, no, he isn't, man. And I'm going, bro, come on, it's all good, you know? And so I was like, can I shake your hand at least, you know, shake your hand. And then he's like, you're not right with God. You're not. And then somebody yelled, turn. So I pulled out, you know, my necklace. I said, look, man, you know, I'm right to an extent. And as I'm turning, that must be where
For those
Amanda.
of you who don't know, Dave and I both have pendants of Gabriel around our neck.
Yep,
He is the
Saint Gabriel.
He is
The patron
saint of broadcasters.
Yes, he
and
is.
They were presents to us from a friend of ours.
Yes, very, very dear, very dear. And and so as I was walking away was when he started really jabbing, man. And I just kind of was chuckling, going, this guy, you know, this guy is too much. You can either, I forgot all he said, man. I got to go back and look at the video. I know there's a video.
Is it on your phone?
No,
Obviously,
I
this
don't
gentleman didn't know he was messing with. After all, Dave is one bad mamma jamma.
Yeah, man.
According to Mark on Facebook.
Yeah, brother. I was sitting there. I told him, I said, look, dude, I don't need you talking to me like that. I did say that. I was like, look, man, I know what's right. I know what's wrong. But, of course, he turns around. Yeah, dude. Here we go, man. So I said, yo, man, I'm trying to be a rap star. You know what I'm saying? I'm working my ass off at it. So, have a listen to this.
Dave's so dedicated, he just moved to 6 Mile Cove off of Del Prado.
Damn right. Moved to 6 Mile, son.
Cove.
Yeah, Cove. Yeah, 6 Mile. Cove.
Yeah, I live on 6 Mile.
But that guy was a jerk, man. He was really pissing people off, though.
Well, that's his thing. That's
I
what
know.
he gets off on.
That was his whole gig. But you're right. You know what? Even the cops looked at me, though. The cops looked over at me, bro, and they're like, they kind of gave me that look, like, don't push this guy. You know,
Don't push.
Don't.
him, 'cause he's
close to the edge.
He's trying not to lose his head.
So yeah, so the police even actually kind of looked at me and they were like, all right, you know, this could get out of control real quick. And you can easily see this guy. He was ready. He was ready to cause a problem, man. I don't know what it is. People are more bold when it comes down to their protesting nowadays and their you know, freedom of speech on the streets or whatever, man. They are pushing it, man. Pushing it hard. It's like the abortion people there on, what is it, College?
Yeah.
Right there. You see them all the time out
Like,
there.
man, I'm just trying to get to Starbucks. I don't need to see your picture of your dead baby.
Yeah, they're doing all that right there. It's like, oh, man, you know. But this guy, yeah. I appreciated Amanda. I did. I walked away. He was trying to bait me, and I didn't let him have the satisfaction. Did not let him have the satisfaction.
Hold on,
man.
I think I may have it here.
There we go.
If I can find my...
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, there. Yeah, it should be up. There it is. That's it.
He knows you're out here
Here.
doing what you shouldn't do. Bible says the eyes of the Lord go to and fro throughout the whole
You're wearing the
earth.
same shirt, by the way.
Yeah, bro.
I'll give you a handshake.
I care about you. I want to give you a gospel track.
I was like,
gotta keep going, my friends, but I appreciate
You got a beer in your hand?
yeah. And
It's got a tall boy.
Listen, man, how's you gonna do that, man? Take it home and read it. Okay?
Come on, fist bump, man. You're the man,
You're
dude.
not right with God, though. Just
Oh,
because you pussy bump.
I'm not, man. Hey, bro, I am. Trust me. I am, man. I'm right. Man of God. I'm right with him.
Your cross you carry on your necklace means nothing to God. You can shake my hand, you can fist bump, and you can carry that cross on your neck, but it means
saying hello.
nothing to God if you don't repent of your sins. Well, you know, Ozzy Osbourne has a cross on his
Welcome to Cape Coral.
I
where the
know,
players play.
right? Wasn't that, man? I was like, man. I
That's
was
funny.
like, come on. Hey, our number is
I
77.
can't imagine walking around that angry all the time.
Yeah, that guy, he was feeling it, man.
Well, there's crazy. There's two types. There's that guy who shows up and yells at people, And then there's a super pacifist guy who dresses up like Jesus and then drags a 8-foot cross all over Southwest Florida.
Yeah.
But he can't fully commit because he put a caster at the end of the cross so that it rolls as he's dragging it down the sidewalk.
So he's half-assed Jesus, huh?
Yeah, I mean he just can't go the full 100%. He's not 100. He's at 97. He's got a caster on the bottom of the cross so it rolls instead of drags down the street.
There's some crazies out there.
So I went to the
carrying us.
movies last night.
Oh yeah? How
Yeah.
was that?
Good, man. It's the first time I've been to the movies in a long time.
Yeah.
And I am not by any means.
Did you go to the theater out in North? Or did you go over to Bell Tower area?
No, I went to North Fort Myers.
Okay.
And first and foremost, they don't make a big deal about it, and I haven't been there in a long time.
Yeah.
And it could have been doing this for a while. There's no big signage, but they have a little cubby at the front of the popcorn stand now, right?
Right.
And there's a Miller Lite, an IPA, and a few other beers in it. So now they sell beer.
Really?
So that makes the whole experience better.
Wow. Okay.
But I went out and saw. Now I'm by no means a superhero fanboy. I haven't even seen a single one of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
I've only seen like the first Captain America and half of the Civil War one.
Right.
But anyhow, I went out and saw this movie. Are you familiar with this new movie?
Which one?
It's Spider-Man Enter the Spider-Verse.
I've heard of it. Is it the animated one?
Yes.
Okay. I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it. I heard it was really good.
Well, first and foremost, let me just say this.
Yeah.
Now, there may be some animation that I haven't seen that's better, but I think this is groundbreaking when it comes to animation. The way they layer this thing, it is a visual masterpiece.
Really?
The screenshots do it no justice.
I'll have
There's
to
some
check out
point
some
where
trailers.
when they're walking down the street, they look like it's live action, but it's still, and the way they overlap it, the writing in it is fantastic. A lot of comedy, but this movie, basically, as you know, when it comes to comic books, they have multiple universes. That's how they can kill Superman in one edition, and the next edition he's out getting married to what's her nose. And so basically in this one, not to give away any spoiler alerts, but it's part of the plot. You'll see it when you look online. There is an activity that happens, just to be kind of blank about it, that causes a wormhole to open, right?
Okay.
And so a few Spider-Men from the other universes come into this one.
Oh, wow.
But their DNA, kind of like Marty McFly in Back to the Future, when he starts messing things up between his dad and his mom, his DNA starts breaking down.
Okay.
Well, because they're not, so they all have to figure out how to get them back. But in the current universe where the movie takes place, the only problem I have with the movie is the kid, before he gets bitten by a spider, he's supposed to be in middle school.
Right.
And I don't know if he's an 8th grader because he's way too old to be like a 6th grader or 7th grader. But it's so funny the way they do it, because they enter, I'm Spider-Man, let's do this one more time, and you see all the scenes, like animated versions of the scenes from all the movies, and they explain it. But anyhow, in this one, this 8th grade kid becomes the new Spider-Man because of what happens to the Spider-Man in his universe. But it is a visual masterpiece. The comedy writing's on it fantastic. It's a bit long,
right?
But I walked out of that movie and I was
going.
It's
all right.
It's going to change animation.
It's going to change animation, kind of what Star Wars did in the early 2000s in a way with their.
Let's get back a little further than that. Kind of when it comes to animation itself, think of the original Lord of the Rings, where they had the live action overloaded with, and then obviously.
Well, I guess you'd have Toy Story, Disney, Pixar kind of really started it
exactly.
in a way. Disney, Pixar there.
Monsters Inc. and all that. But you don't have to be a Spider-Man nut, and this is definitely one of those flicks you got to see at the movie. I'm sure they have in 3D, but I didn't go see 3D. I didn't go see IMAX. Just a regular place, and this movie is fantastic. I highly suggest it.
I've heard nothing but good things about it. I didn't know it was out yet or not, though.
Oh, it's a great.
Did it premiere this week or something?
No, it's been around for a while.
Been out for a little bit.
But it's
still drawing a decent crowd in the theater.
No, well, I went to like the 9:30 show.
I went to the late show, yeah.
But it was such a damn good movie. I walked out of there just happy. Like, this fucking fantastic movie.
That's damn cool, man. That's damn cool. All right, so our number, we want to hear from you, no doubt about it. 772.
I don't think that cat's calling in, man.
Yeah, 207-4150, correct?
Yeah,
that's our number. Yep, 772-207-4150.
Asshole, major asshole.
Just because the gentleman just said, he says, "Hey man, I tried to call." He's like, "Is that the right number?"
Asshole, major asshole.
Yeah, he just maybe you dialed the wrong deal. So Gordon, what's going on in the news, man?
Oh, you jumping down the news and shit? We didn't even.
I was just seeing what's happening. Oh, we got an intro now?
No, we don't got an intro. I ain't got time or the money for that. But,
Yeah,
Gordon,
I was
what's
just-
going on with some news and shit?
I just see what's going on.
Hey, so I'm gonna stick with some weird news.
Yeah.
There was a World War I grenade discovered among potatoes at a Hong Kong potato chip factory. Did you hear about this one?
What the hell?
I don't even know where to begin.
I don't either, dude.
Where were the potatoes harvested at
Yeah.
to begin with?
The potatoes were harvested in France.
Okay, that makes a little more
okay.
sense.
And they got shipped all the way to Hong Kong.
Yep, Hong Kong police destroyed a German-made grenade from World War I on Saturday morning. After this device cropped up in a shipment of imported potatoes at a local potato chip factory. The grenade was caked in mud and dirt and was discovered by the workers at the factory run by Japanese snack maker Kalibi. C-A-L, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
They
Say
said
it
this
fast
was
and hard and it'll sound right.
Yeah. Halibi.
Yeah. Kalibi, C-A-L-B-E-E. Calbi, maybe that's it. Anyway, the police said that they used a high-pressure water firing technique to safely detonate this grenade. And it sounds like this grenade came in from France. It's interesting. Some people are aware that there's areas of France you cannot even go into because of the active ordnance still from World War One.
Yeah, but too bad it wasn't from World War II. For
Yeah.
one reason. Because World War II German hand grenades were called potato mashers.
Right.
And that would
True.
just make that would give all the media outlets the opportunity to use the bad puns that they love to use so much.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because they had them sticks with the little thing on the end, man. The little cylinder.
Well, not only that, but what they had to do, yes, it was a wooden handle, but they had
Yeah.
to unscrew the cap first. So they had to unscrew the cap, throw it away, pull the ripcord on
Oh,
it,
to activate it.
and then throw it.
No joke.
So whenever a lot of those guys were in heavy combat, they would preemptively
Pull
take the cover
cap
off and just stick it in their
and have
belt.
the strings hanging
And then
or whatever.
sometimes if you're running or creeping through the woods and you got a dangling string off of your blouse,
Didn't think of that.
yeah, apparently they did some of them.
Boom. Done, son.
And depending if you're not watching your intervals and your guys are up your ass, you take out one or two of them too.
Oh, man, that would suck. That would suck, man. So they found a World War One grenade in the potato chip, man. Thank God they didn't run the thing through the system. Yup, yeah, exactly.
I doubt it would explode it if it's been buried that long. The ordnance is probably rusted out of it.
Well, that's what I don't get. Is they always say that sort of stuff. Is you hear these stories all the time of them finding World War One and World War Two artillery shells and stuff like that haven't exploded, and bombs that haven't exploded, and they of course evacuate the town and the whole thing because hey, this is a 500-pounder. It could still be.
Yep.
I mean, is that really? I mean, I haven't heard of one blowing up, so obviously.
Well,
Is that what happens? The ordnance just deteriorates over time, obviously?
Well, the fact of that let's roll back. We don't know if the story said if it still had its safety pin in it.
Okay.
But
so
let's
they
say
might not have-
hypothetically, if the pin wasn't in it, the reason it never exploded to begin with was because it was a defect from the factory. They were pumping these things out so quickly.
That is true.
And using any labor, especially the Germans.
Yeah.
They were using forced labor, they were using slave labor, and so a lot of those cats in the warehouses, their way to fight back was to intentionally
Like sabotage, yeah.
the ordnance. And so the fact that, one, it didn't blow up to begin with, but two, well, if it was World War One, it's been sitting out there since, what, 1916?
Yeah, at least,
1917, so 100 years,
Yeah.
underground,
yeah.
in
Weather.
in a field that's harvested and watered regularly
Yeah.
to grow potatoes. So
Yeah.
one would just think that over 100 years the metal would rust out and whatever black powder was in it, if any,
Yeah,
would have been
well, just
corroded and
got
rotted out.
corroded, wet, and dumped out. Wow. That's wild, man. And I've always tripped out on the way the grenades are. The American grenades it does looks like a potato in a way, I guess you could
Well,
say.
no, we
Or
call ours
do
the pineapple
Or the
grenade.
pineapple, excuse me.
Early on in the war, they made completely round,
You know.
smooth ones. The idea behind it being is any red-blooded American can throw a baseball.
Exactly.
And so the original ones, they made them round in the size of baseballs.
Makes sense.
But they had a tendency to roll once they landed. And
Yeah,
so
and
if
you
you're
wanted
trying
it
to
to hit.
pinpoint, yeah, so they came, and plus the pineapple grenade, all those ridges on it,
Yeah.
those serve a purpose. Those turn into heavy chunks of shrapnel. That's why
True.
they're called frag grenades.
Okay, yeah.
And so they fragment to do more
And
damage.
just shred up the body. That's terrible, man. Wow.
Can you pull up your Skype screen? I just
Uh-huh.
sent you the link for that.
The story.
Yeah, it's got the image.
You're gonna make me do all kinds of crazy.
So that's
crap.
crazy, man.
Computers
So
gonna
they're
freeze
sending
up.
We're
potatoes
gonna
from
stretch the technological
Oh,
barrier.
you're going
today.
to.
sending potatoes from France to Hong Kong to make potato chips to put on a ship to send over here for
Hey,
us.
man, it's a worldwide market.
I guess that's the deal, right? That's the deal, man. That is the deal. That is the deal. So yeah, I had a couple of people last night say, "What's wrong with your face, man?"
What is wrong with your face, man?
Dude, cancer, bro.
I know this.
And we all know this. It's just funny how it just doesn't stop with that sort of stuff.
Well, your reputation precedes you.
Yeah, everybody thinks you got meth mouth and shit.
Yeah, I know, bro. And look, I got I got great teeth, man.
You do got a pretty decent grill.
I do, man. I got great teeth, man. I ain't got no damn meth mouth. Come on now. I've seen some pretty. That stuff will destroy you, man. I've seen some people that I've known that got on that stuff, and it just destroyed them. Destroyed them, bro.
So no teeth, the balsa wood, huh?
No, yeah, right. Oh man, just the picking and all that sort of jazz that stuff makes you do, man. It's just gnarly, dude. See a good-looking chick get on that stuff, man, just destroys her.
You know, I'm afraid to share the secret, but I'm going to share it anyhow because.
I don't know, man. Should you?
I don't know. Maybe I'll sit on this for a few weeks because I don't want to lose access to.
Too late.
No, it's
some
not
of
too
them.
late. It's not too late, Gordon.
No, because for all they know, this is a GoPro, so it's really not too late.
For all they know, no, there we go. Well, there we go. Let's
I will just tease this until I acquire a few more because I don't want
the supplier
to dry out. But let's just say I got a hold of Bootleg Craig.
Damn
and
right.
I got myself some fine Super HD cameras.
Look at that.
That are about the size of a GoPro. We'll just call it a GoPro-ish.
Look at that. It's right over there.
And I'm going to do some filming with it, and we'll maybe I'll do a half-ass review after I acquire one or two more because I don't want the supply to dry out. But what I will do is a half-ass review. Did I ever do one on the
we didn't do one last week.
my miter saw?
No.
So since the day I moved into this house, one of my goals was to create a garage.
You're getting there.
I did. Sorry about that. I did about 8 semesters throughout high school of woodshop.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously when I was running at the ambulance plant, I was running table saws, band saws, miter saws, and all that crap. So I really enjoy when I have free time to work with wood. But as long as that kind of wood too, yes.
Yeah, that sounded terrible.
Hey, it's 2019. Can't judge.
You know
I'll
what,
play
bro?
with
I know.
what I want.
Trust me, I work with whatever wood I want.
But anyhow, I've had my eye on this Cobalt 7.5-inch miter saw, but it also has a sliding blade, and it does 90-degree bevels and all that stuff. You know, it's perfect for what I do around here. I'm not out doing professional grade finish carpentry, and you probably could use this for that.
Mm-hmm.
I built a few boxes for my World War II displays, and the thing works great.
Yeah, it does. There's no doubt about that.
It's got lasers on it for lining it up. It's got plenty of horsepower. Like I said, it's got the 10-inch slide on it, and I can chop the shit out of a lot of things. The only complaint I have on this device is the quote-unquote dust bag that hangs off the back. That's the thing that's supposed to collect the sawdust as you're cutting. That thing is there strictly to be checked off on a federal safety guideline. That thing does not capture a drop of sawdust. It just kicks up in there and falls back down. So when you're done, your whole work